Am I looking at you or am I looking at... My name is Daniel Christopher Feld, and I decided to go to the private school with a little nudge from the athletic department there. I've always loved competing and being the best version of myself possible, and I actually almost like training more than the competition itself. So that had some rocky roads. I had a few accidents, one specifically that kind of set me back, but just like anything in life, it's all about your perspective. So I spent a lot of time sulking and wallowing in my own self-pity, looking at the door that closed, or so I thought, and not realizing a lot of the doors that opened. I was asking a girl to homecoming, actually. And my buddy at the time, who just got a brand new F-150 at 10 o'clock at night, and it was dark, and he came around the corner way too freaking fast, and he didn't know exactly where I was going to be standing, and he hit me, ran over my left foot, and then when I braced it, I kind of went like that, and it ended up, he was freaking out. He's screaming on the top of his lungs. Oh my God, I'm sitting on the ground. I can't breathe. Like, I'm hyperventilating. Couldn't feel my leg, but it didn't hurt. It wasn't like, okay, I'm hurt. It was just like, And so the cops came and he gave a bullshit injury or like whatever report. And he was like, yeah, maybe somebody ran into it. And from what he told me, he said that there's no way that somebody could run into a car and cause that kind of damage. It had to have been a bat or a hammer or a sledge or something. So he got off clean cut. So I went to the doctor for my ankle the next morning, and it was the biggest it's ever been. I've had really bad sprains and where it's black and blue, but I couldn't put my shoe on, and I didn't take it off that night until way later because I kept it super tight to keep the swelling down, and it just got out of control. Ended up having ligamentous, and that bothered me and still does. It doesn't hurt, but it's limited my mobility, which it kind of came up the chain. Ended up tearing my patella, had surgery on that. Ended up having to have part of my clavicle cut off because it was the way that my clavicle shifted, it rubbed bone on bone. I'm gonna do whatever I wanna do to be happy. Does that mean that I'm gonna be lazy and sit around and live off, you know, hand-me-downs? No, I'm gonna bust ass, but I'm not gonna bust ass to chase an illusion of what people say is the American dream in a cookie-cutter shape. I'm gonna do what I wanna do, and happens to be in the realm of sports. And I've had an awesome support group, and I definitely am not taking all the credit for myself. So when I do get back out there and whatever happens in this world, it's not me that gets the credit, but it's every single person that's had a positive interaction in my life. And if you're not with me through the struggle, you better not be there when I'm successful. Motherfucker! That's a metaphor that I'm gonna get back no matter what it takes.